In this video, we're going to go over another math technique, and so let's begin. And we're going to solve all 5 problems. Now, it's important to watch the entire video as we go over certain conditions, and we'll also go over certain shortcuts. So this is the first one. So we have 37 times 16. Now, this method is called vertically crosswise. So vertically, so 3 times 1, we get 3. Then we do 7 times 6, we get 42. So what I did, 3 times 1, this vertical, I'm going to put a parentheses around it, and 7 times 6, I get 42. And now for the crosswise part. So we do 3 times 6, we get 18. 1 times 7, we get 7. So plus 7. So we have 3 parentheses. 18 plus 7 is 25 parentheses. And then we do 42. This 2 will carry over. We get 3 plus 2, we get 5. This 5 remains. And then this 42 we have next. So the 4 we carry over. And so we're going to get 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. And we have our 2. So we get 592 as our final answer. Now, this is the next problem. And with this problem, we have to do something different. So we have 134 times 16. Now, if you notice, this is 3 digits, this is 2 digits. Because of that, we have to do something special. We're going to say 134 times, we're going to shift the 16 over here. So we have 2 different forms. So now we'll do the vertical part. So I'm going to label it as vertical. So I'm going to take 1, multiply by 1, and I get 1. Now there's nothing here, so I can't do the other vertical part. So I'm going to do the crosswise part. And so now I'm going to do the cross part. So I'm going to say cross, 1 times 6 is 6, plus 3 times 1 is 3. And so I get 9. Now here I can do a cross. So I'm going to say cross. I got 3 times 6 is 18. And 1 times 4 I get 4. I can also do a vertical part. This 4 times 6. So I'm going to say vertical. And I have 4 times 6, which is 24. And 18 plus 4 would give us 22. And 24 remains. Now, this particular problem, it's probably more work doing what we're doing, but we're still going to show this method, because some situations, this method is actually much faster. So now what I'm going to write is this 1, then I'm going to put a parentheses and put our 9, then I'm going to put a parentheses, do our 22, then I'm going to do a parentheses and do 24, in that order. So the 2 carries over, so this 2 carries over, so we would get 1 parentheses 11. Then we have our 2. We can do a parentheses, parentheses 24. And so we do the carryover step again. Now we get 1 plus 1, which is going to be 2. So we'll have 2. Now this piece is just a regular 1. This is a regular 2. And we have 24, which we're going to need to carry again. So our final answer is 2, 1, 4, 4. And because this is a new method, I recommend check with a calculator. Check, do we actually get this correct answer? Now, the last 2 problems, I'll show the shortcut. But this one, we're going to do what we did on the last problem. So 6, 9, 4, 1. I'm going to put a 27 here. But I need to do it 2 more times. 6, 9, 4, 1. I shift the 27 in one place. Then I do it again. 6, 9, 4, 1. Shift it over here to 27. So we can do a vertical. So I'm going to label maybe V for vertical. 6 times 2 is 12. Then we'll do our cross. 6 times 7 is 42, plus 2 times 9 is 18. 42 plus 18 is going to give us 60. Now this piece, we don't have a vertical, we just have the cross. So I'm going to say C for cross. 9 times 7 is going to give us 63. 2 times 4 is 8. 63 plus 8 will give us 71. Now this piece, we have a cross and we have a vertical. So I'm going to say C for cross. We have 4 times 7 is 28. And then we have 2 times 1 is 2. And so the cross part will get 30. Then we'll do the vertical part. 1 times 7 is just 7. Again, order matters. We start with our 12. We'll do our parentheses. Then we'll do our 60. Then we'll do the next parentheses, so 71. The next parentheses, so 30. And then the last one, so 7. Now, with this problem, I'm showing all the work. So this 6 I carry over. I'm going to get 18. Then I still have this 0. And then we have our, 71, 30, and lastly 7. So carry the 7. And so we're going to get 1871 parentheses 30 and then our 7. So again, carry the 3. And so finally our answer is 187. 1 plus 3 is 407. Again, verify this with a calculator. So this will be our second to last problem. And so if you notice, what made the last two problems difficult is that we had to write it multiple times because they were in the same length. This is like 4 digits, this is 2 digits. Now, we could make it the same by writing it as 13, then 7, likewise 2, then 4. So instead of saying 137, I could say 13, 7, 2, then 4. So now we'll do our vertical and crosswise. So 13 times 2, we're multiplying it, we're going to get 26. Let's put our parentheses. 7 times 4, we're going to get 28, parentheses. And in the middle, we do our crosswise. So 13 times 4 will give us 52. 2 times 7 is going to give us 14. And so we have 26, parentheses, 52 plus 14 will give us 66, and then 28. I guess what's important, this first one, you don't need to put parentheses. This piece you do because you have 2 digits, so we're going to carry it over. So 26 plus 6 will give us 32. So I have 32, we have a regular 6, then we have our 28. And so we carry the 2, and so finally we're going to get 3288. And this right here is our final answer. Okay, this will be our last one. We can say we have 1, 5, so 15 and a 4. And this piece we can say we have 14 and 3. So the vertical piece. So 15 times 14 is 210. 4 times 3 is going to give us 12. And now for our crosswise. So parentheses, parentheses. 15 times 3 is going to give us 45. 14 times 4 is going to give us 56. So we have 210 parentheses 45 plus 56 is going to give us 101. And then we have our 12. This time, we're going to move these two pieces. We're going to move it over here. We're going to keep our 1. So 210 plus 10 is going to give us 220. So we have 220, a regular 1, and then we have our 12. And we need to do the same thing. We carry the 1. And so we're going to get 220. 1 plus 1 is 2, 2. This right here is your final answer. And as a challenge, comment below why it works or some observation that might lead to the reasoning. If you don't know exactly why this works, maybe you have some sort of hypothesis. And that's pretty much it for this video.